So very good morning, respected heads of the departments, faculty members, and we have a guest and no, Mr. Kumar. He is the one who will be supporting us in future. Probably we are going to have a great association with Mr. Kumar and his association. About him and about his organization, and he will be giving in a exact detail because I should not make any mistake on it. Before that, the idea here, we wanted to introduce the Japanese language at our campus as one of the foreign language, and start with this year. We wanted to give a kind of initiation, or maybe for 50 to 60 students, or it may be based on the student interest. Even we are ready to go for 100 also, because that's the idea. In fact, for your information, in 2018 regulation, or 2018 we used to call, in that regulation it is one of the elective. In fact, that is what I suggested. Probably most of the departments have added. Then another thing which I wanted to emphasize here, probably in the first year, in fact, this information also given to the Department of English. So whereas they'll also take this Japanese language, try to implement in the one of the language in the curriculum. So this is what the brief idea about bringing this Japanese language into the curriculum, so that it will be giving a great advantage for the students, the aspirants, particularly who wanted to learn a foreign language and extra language to have their career in Japan. You may think why I have to go for Japan, and why I have to be very particular about Japanese language. So I just wanted to take 2 minutes time probably to take you to the process. It's very simple. Now Japan giving a lot of opportunities for the engineers, particularly to have their career at Japan. So lot of things are happening in Japan, particularly for the engineers. Now, if you look at this particular slide, one important problem in Japan, very well, Japan has a population of old age people. So that is the reason they are very hard to find employers. Employers, very well, in our country, the retirement age is 58. To some extent, it may be 65. So whereas the Japan, the population is very with the higher old age population, so that they find very difficult to get the employees with 20 above, and that the age people, adult age people, they are very less in number. So either they speak Japanese language or not speak Japanese language. That's immaterial. But if you're good in Japanese language, at least you will be able to speak. You will be given an opportunity, particularly for in the engineering area. So they have opened their positions, but foreigners. If you're Asia, really you have a really great opportunity. So one of the organization, it's a manufacturing organization, Aichi Prefecture. It is an automotive industry, then which is part of Toyota Motor Company. So they also needed a lot of people. They have engineers. Their need of engineers in the entire country. However, the engineering jobs in Tokyo offers very highest salary. So you will also be able to see in the forthcoming slides. This is about the scenario about the IT industry in Japan, which is offering highest salary. So the average salary which they have given, if you look at Japan cost, we used to mention as an end. So 4.61 million. I'll come to the conversion later in the last slide. So we have different, you can search in different websites called Dota, and there are a lot of things that are available. And then also you can also become an English teacher in Japan. So if this, look at the salary for the stipend, or it may be a cost to company for this particular English teacher. Then the highest salary, if you are experienced IT consultant, and if you have a different skill set, look at the package. Pay for IT jobs jumped as a seniority base. So then gains for web engineers. So now you talk about web technology and all these things. Look at the salary. Then this is not only for IT people. It is also for the other manufacturing and other electronics based industry. Very well, Japan is known for electronics. So now they are good in robot and all these steps. So look at the package and the pre-tax annual income. So all these things anyway, probably Mr. Kumar will be explaining. So the entry level pay range for engineering jobs outside the traditional engineering disciplines in the IT industry is more subdued at 4 million to 6 million per year. So this is what I just wanted to give a picture. Look at the salary range for the different category. You may think that it is only for the what to say IT. It's not only that, it is all the people. So at least minimum it's 2.37 million. That one alone I have taken it. If you calculate in for Indian cost, look at the conversion. 1.71 is the Indian rupee for 1 yen, Japanese yen. So this is in a small picture which I have taken and checked with the people. Today's cost, it is the 0.71 Indian rupee for 2.37 million CTC, cost to company for annum. Look at the package, 16 lakhs per annum. So that is what the minimum salary will be. You will be getting as a thing. So for the more jobs, you may think that whether I am giving a right picture or wrong picture. You also know you can check with these websites. Okay, so you will be able to understand what is happening in Japan. So why people are talking about last 3-4 years. In fact, I'm telling we are late, but it's not too late. Probably Kumar will emphasize on it. So it's a right time to learn Japanese language, and you can have your career at Japan in any of the engineering aspects. So lot of opportunities are there. So I suggest our students, and I also insist our heads of the department and our faculty members, please convey this message to our students, because probably the kind of awareness, the kind of exposure is very less for people near to our campus or probably in our campus. So what I insist people who join here, so please pass the message so that they will be able to understand and they start giving importance for these kind of things. So I'll tell you guys, if you sit in home, nothing will come to you. I'm making it very clear. If you sit in home, if you look for opportunities, no opportunity will come. So you have to explore, you have to go to the places, you have to understand what is happening in and around. Then only you will be able to sign. Otherwise, nothing will happen. So with this, I happy to welcome our Mr. Kumar for this particular orientation program process. So with this, I welcome him, and now the floor is open, Mr. Kumar. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, sir. I thank Dr. Gopalakrishnan sir, Principal KSRCT, and I thank Dr. Palaniyappan sir, Training Department. And good morning, everyone. So we are going to start the session right now. So I will share the PPT. With the PPT, I will share about myself and everything. So the PPT is visible, sir?
Yeah. It is visible, Mr. Kumar.
Yeah, okay, sir. Fine, sir. Okay. So, Vanakkam. So, literally, it is in Japanese is konnichiwa. Konnichiwa has two meanings. One is hi, hello. When you are meeting a person as a first time, you should say konnichiwa. This is hi, hello. And the other meaning is good afternoon as well. So, in Tamil, whenever we see the persons, we say vanakkam, right? So, that is the meaning for konnichiwa. And about myself, Kumar, BSc Computer Science and MBA graduate. From 2013, I am taking care of ABK OTS Dosokai, Tamil Nadu Center E-Road chapter as a director. ABK OTS Dosokai, Tamil Nadu Center started in 1975. Around 45 years of experience in teaching languages and providing Japanese interpreters to the industries. So their head office in Chennai, and branch offices in E-Road, Coimbatore, even Chennai, Tambaram, and many cities are having their branches. So I am taking care of E-Road branch. So today we are going to see about myself and about Japan, and about Japanese language. In Japanese language, you are going to learn like a few characters, numbers, and basic introduction in Japanese. So like demo class, around 10 minutes you will have a demo class. And what are all the examinations, and as principals are mentioned, the salary part and the opportunities and the success stories. two of our students are waiting. One student from KIOT, Knowledge Institute of Technology. She is working in Japan. She is waiting. Already she joined, and she is going to share her experience. And another guy from Erode. He is yet to go to Japan once the pandemic period is over. And one more student from KSRCT, name called Guptar. He passed out in 2014. From 2013, he started learning in the weekend batches. And now he is working in Japan for NTPL. NTPL means Nihon Technology Private Limited. So like these informations we are going to see today. So about me, basically I'm not a technical background. I'm not an engineer, but working because of Japanese language, mostly I have supposed to work with automotive industries and machineries, manufacturing companies, and core industries like Indian MNC and as well as Japan multinational companies. So like Yamaha Motor Corporation for Japan, I worked for 6 months in Japan, and for Renault Nissan Automotive India Private Limited in India as well as in Japan, Toyota Motors Bangalore, and for Tsugami Precision Engineering India Private Limited, I worked for 3 years as a planning in charge as well as Japanese interpreter. And Toshiba Machineries, Carborundum Universal India Private Limited, TAFE, still I am working with TAFE and TVS for Madurai, Hosur, Mysore plants, for TPM, TKM auditings. For these activities, Japanese clients will come from Japan, so I have to support them during their visits. And left side the pictures, the second picture with Mr. Radhakrishnan, Kayar Board chairman for Indian Kayar Board. So 2017, Indian Kayar Board, they exhibit their stall in Japan, the famous exhibition called Makagari Meshi Agri Expo. So I worked as an interpreter for Indian Kayar Board as well as other businessmen. I'm teaching Japanese language for more than 6 years in various institutions, also working with companies as a freelancer. Presently, I'm handling the classes in Knowledge Institute of Technology from 2014 and Konga Engineering College from 2014. And recently, we started in Sri Krishna Engineering College, Coimbatore. Last January, we started one batch. And now we are going to start in KSR, I hope. So the next slide about Japan. So please let me know. If possible, I don't know whether chat box is available for everyone. What do you know about Japan? So everybody says Hiroshima, Nagasaki, earthquakes. So many things are there. For a short view, the capital is Tokyo. Area is around 3,77,972 kilometers square. And population around 13 crore. Currency is Japanese yen. Japan is the 3,400 plus islands is called Japan. It is not like India. Around 3,400 islands connected, so many lengthy parts. So that is called Japan. So which you see in the map. So third largest economy in the world, GDP. After America and China, around 50 years ahead of world technology, technologically advanced than most of the countries. Even we India, around 25-30 years we are behind Japan. And culturally rich, following cultures for centuries till now, and one of the most friendliest countries in the world. You can see everywhere in Japan. If you are a foreigner, if you are struggling to find out the road, or if you are struggling to take out the tickets in railway station, even policeman will come and help you in polite manner. Such a humble people in Japan. Actually, this is called Japan. So this example for technology, that's why I told India is 25 or 30 years behind than Japan. So along with other things, like even we are using so many chat items like WhatsApp, Messenger, and so many things. Emoji is founded in Japan actually, and manga, anime is famous in Japan. So you learn this language in funny way, very funny way. An introduction to Japanese language. So this is the alphabets in Japanese language. We have to read from the right side top corner, and again you have to come down, and again left side and come down. A, E, U, A, O. So it is like English vowels like A, E, I, O, U, but the original sound is Tamil sound A, E, U, A, O. So like 46 sounds are there basically. This is very fundamental and basic letters. Once you get thorough with these letters, you can easily go to the next vocabulary reading and other things. So unique language with 3 ways of writing. In Japanese, there is hiragana, katakana, and kanji. 3 types of characters is there. Hiragana is for traditional Japanese words, and katakana is for other foreign language letters, and kanji is a pictorial representation. Japanese grammar and pronunciations resembles with Tamil, making it easier for Tamil people to learn Japanese. So like the sounds is like this: A, E, U, A, O, Ta, Te, To. And we are having a small demonstration now. Like you have to tell about yourself. Like in English, I am Kumar. So we are going to say like that. So noun and va, noun plus va, then again noun and this. Watashi wa Praveen des, which means I am Praveen. Watashi wa Kumar des. You can repeat along with me. Watashi wa Kumar des. You can replace your name instead of Kumar. So, Watashi wa Praveen des. Watashi wa Ramya des. Watashi wa Ramesh des. Watashi wa Priya des. So like this. And the second last sentence in the slide is Watashi wa Indojin des. Watashi wa Indojin des. Indo means India. In Japan, you are traveling to Japan from India. But the people are asking you, where are you from? If you say India, they don't know. You have to pronounce as Indo. So lot of pronunciations missing in Japanese language. So they used to say India as Indo. Jin means the nationality. It is mentioning the citizenship. So Indojin means Indians. That is in next slide. And this is profession. So again, Watashi means I. Watashi means I. You have to say Watashi, not Watashi. This is Watashi. That's why the pronunciation literally is equal to Tamil. And engineer. They don't have many expressions in Tamil and as well as in English. The sounds which is E ending with ER, OR, AR, it is not there in Japanese language. So engineer is engineer. Engineer. You have to pronounce as engineer. So since you are a professional engineering graduates, so Watashi wa engineer des. Watashi wa engineer des. Again. So Watashi wa Kumar des. It's your name. Watashi wa engineer des. It's your profession. Watashi wa Indojin des. It is your nationality. So as I told you before, Indian is Indojin. Indian is Indojin. Japan means in Japanese is Nihon. Nihon means Japan. So Nihonjin means Japanese people. Americans are America-jin. America-jin. And England people are called Igirisu-jin. Igirisu is England in Japanese, and Jin means the citizenship. So this is for nationality and citizenship. Try saying nationality of celebrities in following slide. Gambatene. So Gambate, which is mentioning in the right slide, right picture, is try your level best. Okay. So who is he? Our beloved Prime Minister Narendra Modi san. In Japanese, after the name suffix, they will use san, the word san, which means in English we are using Mr. Mrs. In Tamil we are using Thiru Tirumadi. Like if it is male, Thiru Narendra Modi. If it is female, Tirumadi Sonia Gandhi. So like this we are using in English also, Mr. Narendra Modi, Mrs. Sonia Gandhi. So we have to use Narendra Modi san. So Narendra Modi san, which country he is? Yes, Indojin. He is Indojin. So who is he? Superstar. Yes, again Indojin. Rajini san. Rajini san, Indojin. So who is he? Trump-san, America-jin. Trump-san, America-jin. And who is he? Vijay-san, Vijay-san, Indojin. And who is he? Ajit-san, Indojin. The next slide. Who is he? The left side, Messi-san, Argentina-jin. Ronaldo-san, Brazil-jin. Brazil is Brazil. Samantha-san, Indojin. Chin-san, Nihonjin. Most of you maybe seen this anime drama. This is Japanese Prime Minister. So his name is Mr. Shinzo Abe. So we used to call Abe-san. Shinzo Abe-san, Nihonjin. Nihonjin. And Nayanthara-san, Indojin. So like you can try now. Watashi wa Kumar desu, your name. Watashi wa engineer desu, your profession. If you are a teacher, you can say sensei. Sensei means teacher. Most of the karate classes are from Japan. Karate is the word is derived from Japanese language. Kara means empty, te means hand. So you are doing the art with empty hands. So that's why the word is formed, karate. So a lot of the karate learning students, they used to say sensei, their guru. And similarities between Tamil and Japanese. In English, subject, verb, noun, most of the sentences, right? So I am drinking water, I am going to college, I am eating breakfast, so like this. Subject, verb, noun. But in Tamil, the same sentence, I am drinking water. In Tamil, naan thanneerai kudikiren. The ditto expressions in Japanese is available. The Japanese sentences also not same as in English. So the materials will be provided to you is in English and Japanese, but definitely for basic levels, 2 levels, N5 and N4, definitely you need a tutor, a good teacher to come up with this both levels. So naan thanneerai kudikiren is the sentence. Watashi wa mizu wo nomimasu. Here water, thanneer is mizu. தண்ணீர்ங்கிறது தண்ணீரைன்னு ஆனது வந்து மிசு ஓன்னு நாம ஜாப்பனீஸ்ல ஒரு பார்ட்டிகல் ஆட் பண்ணோம். And nomimasu means drink. It is a verb. So it is like ditto Tamil grammar. In English it is totally different. Drinking is the action, that is verb, that is coming into the middle, and water is the noun that is coming into the end. So I am drinking water is not matched with Tamil and Japanese sentence. And the next sentence is naan kallurikku pogiren. I am going to college. Again, கல்லூரின்றது நடுவுல வந்திருக்கு. காலேஜ் இஸ் பிளேஸ்ட் இன் லாஸ்ட் இன் இங்கிலீஷ். ஜாப்பனீஸ்ல பாத்தீங்கன்னா வதாஷிவான்றது நான், தாய்கக்குன்னா காலேஜ், கல்லூரின்னு சொன்னா பார்த்தாது, கல்லூரிக்குன்னா தான் டெஸ்டினேஷன் பார்ட்டிகல் நம்ம ஆட் பண்றோம். ஸோ தாய்கக்குயே இக்கிமாசுன்னு சொன்னாதான் இட் இஸ் ரைட் ப்ரொனவுன்சியேஷன் இன் ஜாப்பனீஸ். நான் கல்லூரிக்கு போகிறேங்கிற தமிழ் சென்டென்ஸ்க்கு டிட்டோ ஜாப்பனீஸ்ல இருக்கு, பட் இங்கிலீஷ் டஸ் நாட் மேட்ச். ஸோ திஸ் இஸ் த ஒரு very basic similarity in Japanese. Most 95% of similarities you can find between Japanese and Tamil. So I said there are 3 types of characters in Japanese. One is hiragana and katakana, and third is kanji. This kanji character is derived from, borrowed from Japan, not China, borrowed from China. So like this is a pictorial format. The left side is one tree. It is the kanji for tree. Instead of writing tree, you can simply put this kanji for understanding. If 3 trees are there, that is called forest. So like this, they are using the pictorial representations kanji character. This is not original character from Japan. They borrowed it from China long back, 1200 years back. And now we are moving to the numbers part, Japanese numbers. Repeat after me. Say ichi, ichi, ni, ni, ichi, ni. Number 3, san, yon, san, yon. Say ichi, ni, san, ichi, ni, san. Yon, go, roku, yon, go, roku. Number 4 is yon, number 5 is go, number 6 is roku. It is not Roku, it is Roku. So say Ichi ni san yon go Roku. Once again, Moichido please. Ichi ni san yon go Roku. Nana hachi kyu. Nana hachi kyu. Ichi ni san yon go Roku. Nana hachi kyu. And 10 is ju. 10 is ju. So you can say now, in Japanese numbers you can say, if you know this 10 sounds in Japanese, you can count up to 99. The other 3 words is there. If you know the 3 words, you can count up to 10 crore actually. So with basic 13 sounds, you can count up to 10 crore in Japanese. It's very, very simple format. So once again repeat numbers. Ichi ni san yon go Roku. Nana hachi kyu and ju. So what is 11? Do you guess? What is 11? What is after 10? Yeah. So 11 is like max formula. 10 plus 1. What is 10? It is ju. What is 1? It is ichi. So add this to ju ichi. What is 11? Is ju ichi. What is 12? Ju ni. Ju ni. What is 20? So 20 is 2 times 10, not ju ju. It is 2 times 10. 2 into 10. So it is 20. So what is 2? Ni. What is 10? Ju. So add this both sounds. Ni ju. If you say ju ni, it is 12. If you say ni ju, it is 20. And what is 30? 3 times 10. Sanju. What is 30? 3 times 10. So sanju. So what is 99? So the formula is 9 times 10 plus 9. So q ju q. The sound is q ju q. With the 10 sounds, you can count up to 99. With adding other 3 sounds, you can count up to 10 crore. The learning numbers and other characters also, it is very fun and easy to learn in Japanese. So let's see the opportunities in India. Why Japanese in India? So aging population in Japan. Japan need more young force to work for Japanese companies and in Japan and around the world. Especially with India, business relationship between Japan and India is stronger now. In 2018 data, around 1,441 Japanese companies and 5,102 Japanese business establishments were registered in India in total. This is 2018 data. Probably 2020 it is increased. How to be certified in Japanese language? 2 ways to be certified in Japanese languages. One is JLPT exam and another one is NAT exam. We are going to see the briefly the exam portions. So what is JLPT? Japanese Language Proficiency Test. This short form is JLPT. And JLPT is conducted by the Japan Foundation and Japan Educational Exchange and Services. So there are 5 levels in Japanese JLPT exam. The very basic level is N5, not N1. N1 is the higher level. And N4 is the intermediate level. N3 is the advanced level. N2, then N1. The college students, those who are studying in colleges, if they started learning Japanese in middle of second year or starting of the third year, definitely they will complete 2 levels before they are graduating from the college. And if you are having N4 certificate, the second certificate, before you graduate from the college itself, you will have a good job offer in your hand before leaving your campus. So these are all the 5 levels with derived syllabuses. Like for N5 you have to learn around 800 to 1000 vocabularies plus 100 kanji. The training hours will be 130 hours. The N4 also like additional 1500 words plus 300 kanjis. This is also needed for 130 hours training. If you learned N5 and N4 the very fluent way, then N3, N2, N1 becomes self-learning. N5, N4 definitely you need a tutor. So if you take 2 days weekend classes, it will take 6 months to complete one level. If you're learning daily basis or weekly 5 days batch, fast track batch, you can complete within 3.5 months to 4 months. What is NAT exam? This is Nihongo assessment test conducted by Senmon Kyoiku College, Japan. Nihongo means Japanese language. So Japanese language assessment test, it is also having 5 levels like equally to JLPT. 5Q is basic and 4Q, 3Q, 2Q, 1Q is the top. If you want to work in India, you have to come before graduating, you have to complete minimum N4 and doing N3. If you want to wish to work in Japan, definitely you need an N3 level certification or 3Q level certification, and good speaking in Japanese. Fluency level should be expected higher level, and you have to be good at technical as well. Whatever your specialization, you have to good at in technical. And comparison between JLPT and NAT exam. JLPT, it is conducted by Japan Embassy through Japanese consulates around the world. Around 54 countries are conducting this examination. Every year, July and December is the exam. Recently, we formed an association and we started conducting in Karur Kumarasamy College from last December, and Chennai and Bangalore, and the other North India cities. NAT examinations are conducted 6 times in a year in even months mostly: February, April, June, August, October, and December. And the test sites only in Delhi, Pune, and Chennai, not more than this. So if you want to write in NAT exam, you have to go to Chennai, and if you want to wish to write in JLPT, you can write it in Karur. But unfortunately, due to the COVID pandemic, the JLPT July 2020 exam is got cancelled all over the world by Japan Foundation. So the next JLPT exam will be in December 2020. So salary comparison between India and Japan. Salary comparison between India and Japan, as principals are told. So this is the present scenario. Depending on the demand, a fresh engineer of any stream with JLPT N4 and a NAT N4Q certificate, two certificates, N5 and then N4. A fresh engineer definitely offered between 3 lakhs to 5 lakhs, even in this pandemic period. There are a lot of bilingual engineers demand is there in Indian market as well as in Japanese market. If you wish to work in Japan, you should have minimum 2 to 3 years of experience in related field, along with bilingual capacity. If you wish to work in India, definitely freshers can get these salaries in India itself. Salary in Japan, as I told you, as principals are told, and I also told you before, the fresh engineer, the first salary, very first salary is 2,05,000 yen per month, not year. 2,05,000 yen per month. The current value is in India in INR 1,46,325 per month. Minimum is N3 level is required, and good speaking as well, and good technical knowledge. So these 3 things, 2 things are required. Minimum N3 you should have, and good technical knowledge. If you got opportunity in Japan, the fresh engineer are provided with this salary. Salary comparison between India and Japan now. So for India, I put maximum side. So for fresh engineer in India, they got opportunity to work in India itself. So it is reasonable salary, but present situation for fresher, maybe it is difficult. But talented engineering graduates, definitely they will get this. If your package, if your CTC cost to the company is 5,50,000 rupees per year, OT allowances will be there. So it depends on the company, it differs. House rent will not be provided in India as well. Transport is own, and yearly bonus differ from the companies. And expenses around 2 lakh to 2,50,000 rupees. After all your expenses, if your salary is 5,50,000, you can save 3 lakhs per year. If you got opportunity to work in Japan, Your very basic salary per month is 1,46,000 in present rate, today's rate. Definitely OT will be there over time. So that is also be separate payment. And house rent, 50% of house rent actual cost will be provided by the company. Transport, the regular transport mode, like if you are traveling by train from your home to office, the regular train pass is provided by the company. And yearly bonus will be there for all the companies. They will provide you around 5.5 months salary as a bonus for a year. Apart from the salary, they will give you 5.5 months of your salaries bonus. And the total earning will be 23,71,000 approximately with the present value. Yes, of course, Tokyo, Japan is costliest, living cost is very high. You have to spend more money than India for everything, rent, food, everything. So 45 to 40% of your salary will be the expenses. For example, 10 lakhs if you spend for expenses, around 10 to 13 lakhs you can save per year. So see the comparison between India and Japan. Opportunities in India and Japan. So you can work in Japan or India, do higher studies in Japan with 100% scholarships, do translation from home. You can do business and you can teach Japanese sitting at home, but you have to be very fluent. It is not easy job to handling the classes through online. And study Japanese language in Japan with part-time job offer. So I will tell you a little bit clarity. Unitas Japanese language school from Japan, they are very experienced Japanese language school. They have tie-up with me with Erode ABK OTS chapter. And students, graduates, only graduates, arts and science graduate or engineering graduates, after their graduation, they can learn Japanese in Japan itself. For example, if you got a chance in studying Japanese in Unitas school, the classes will be half a day only, every day. The remaining half a day you can work part-time job as a 4 hours. So you can earn while studying. For example, 10 lakh will be your expenses per year. The 10 lakhs you can earn in the part-time job. So a lot of my students learning their N5, N4 level here, and for fluency and job experience through part-time job, they are getting accustomed with Japanese culture and Japanese working culture, and language fluency as well. They are improved. So after 1 year or 1.5 years of study, they are getting full-time job in Japan. This is also one of the opportunity. And major locations of Japanese companies in India, in Chennai, Sri City, Bangalore, Pune, Gujarat, Hyderabad, Haryana, Noida and Delhi. Fortunately, all these cities are affected and locked down by COVID-19. Hope everything get well soon. So this is the brand Lexus. The company manufactured is Toyota. So Toyota alone having separate district in Japan, Toyota Shi, this separate district in Japan, and a lot of robotic companies from Japan. They are need of lot of electrical, electronics engineers, mechanical design engineers. So these are all the famous robotic companies in Japan. So robotic exhibition, when I visited 2018 and 17, the exhibitions, one of the robot, the next slide will be the conversation between the robot and myself. Where are you from? I am from India. Hi. 日本語も話せますよ。安心しました。お元気ですか？とても元気です。食べ物は何ですか？食べるものはバッテリーで動いてます。So this what the conversation is, I am just asking, how are you? Yeah, I am very healthy. The robot is telling. So what is your food? I am asking, what is your food? It is telling that I am moving through using by battery. So like fun. So it is a robotic exhibition in Japan. When I visited in Japan, so I visited this exhibition. It's a very interesting fact. And a lot of IT companies, they are doing projects with Japanese clients, Japanese projects in India, and they are having offshore units in Japan as well, like Oracle, TCS, IBM, Cognizant, SRM Technology, Wipro, HCL, Google, Infosys, Microsoft, L&T Infotech, Tech Mahindra. All these companies are doing projects. They are having on-site offices in Japan, and a lot of people, bilingual engineers, those who know Japanese, they are working in India with Japanese clients. And these are all the company logos. These are all the core companies, mostly in automotive industry: Toyota, Nissan, Honda, Mitsubishi, Mazda, Honda, Suzuki and Subaru. Subaru alone, they are having their factory in Japan. There is not outside Japan. Mazda, we see Swaraj Mazda tractors previously, SML, Swaraj Mazda Limited. Mazda is tied up with Swaraj Group. And now Ashok Leyland is tied up with Hino Motors Japan. They are making 4-valve engines in India itself. And a lot of joint venture JVs are coming to India now. Already the Maruti Suzuki and Toyota Motors, Hero Honda, Kawasaki Bajaj, like a lot of joint ventures already there for more than 30 years. And these companies are needed of a lot of bilingual engineers in all the streams, not only IT, mechanical, mechatronics, EEE, ECE, like our E-Road Institute placement records from 2013. So this guy is now qualified N1 level. He learned N5 and N4 with me in E-Road, and after his certification, he moved to Accenture in Chennai. He is a basically mechanical engineer, graduated from Ramakrishna Engineering College, Coimbatore. But those time, 2014, he didn't find good job, so he came to me and learned Japanese after his graduation. And within 6 months, he completed N4 level and joined with Accenture and improved his IT skills. And now he is working in Hitachi IT Solutions in Chennai itself. He is getting more than 1 lakh per month. And NIFCO, he is the other guy, Santosh Shivan. Now he is working as a trainer with me in E-Road. He completed N2 level, 4 levels he completed because the exam is cancelled in July, so he cannot able to write N1. Otherwise, he could complete N1 as well. He will share the experience himself in the end of the session. So I will keep here. So this is our KSRCT student working in Japan now. He couldn't connect with me today. Yesterday night I pinged him. He said, sir, I am working in night shift, so daytime I will sleep, sir. 3.5 hours is ahead of India now. So now the time in Japan is around 2:45. So daytime I will sleep, sir. I'm really sorry, couldn't able to join with you, because if I sleep in the daytime, I could not able to talk in, work in night shifts. So his name is Guptar. The left side photo is when he joined in 3rd year. He started studying in weekend batches. So after that graduation, he joined in Caliber International in Coimbatore. And after a couple of years of experience, he moved to Fujitsu in Chennai. Fujitsu is a Japanese company. And now he moved to NTPL, Nihon Technology Private Limited. It is an Indian company. They are having a lot of projects in Japan as well. Now he is working in Japan. So he sent the photographs tonight, so that's why I added here. So this is the left side photograph is when he joined with our institution, the application photo. This is.
So good morning, everyone. First of all, I thank Kumar Sensei and KSR Management for providing me this opportunity to interact with you people. So let me take you through these slides. I'm Soumya Srinivasan here to share my experience of studying Japanese language and my experience with it, my career, Japan lifestyle, everything. So let's go through the slides. Okay. I'm Soumya Srinivasan. As I've told before, I'm a cloud engineer here. So I have done computer science and engineering. Soon after that, I started working at Oracle India Private Limited as a financial analyst. Meanwhile, I was also working as a Japanese language trainer soon after my college days. And I was at Oracle for almost 1.5 years. And soon after that, I got into Japan through outsourcing technology. Here, I work as a cloud engineer and my client is Kyocera Communication Systems. So the next. So why did I start with Japanese language? Was it a pastime or someone forced me to study or completely out of my interest? Actually, the core reason why I started studying Japanese language is only because for the sake of placements. And once I started studying, I was more into the Japanese language that still now it's been 5 years and I'm still continuing with Japanese language. So it had become my favorite hobby, pastime, interest, everything now. So next. Okay, so let me tell you a secret. How did I get through this Japanese language? So just look around you. How many of the people are getting the privilege to study a foreign language like Japanese or Chinese, whatever it is? So first of all, be honored and privileged to study a foreign language. Just I took it as a hobby. I did not study like as I'm doing for semester. It just started as a hobby. So what is the secret? How did I make myself to learn 800,000 of new words, kanjis, everything? Just one secret. It is mnemonics. Mnemonics is nothing but studying with clues. For example, Shinbun, Jinbun. Shinbun means newspaper. Jinbun means it is nothing but like humanity, civilization, the way of living, whatever it is, culture, to make it more simpler. So in Shinbun, in newspaper, we get a lot about Jinbun. Shinbun, Jinbun. Like this only I will compare the words and make it as make it more easier to remember myself. So this is a technique I used. Next slide. Okay, am I a tech geek? Definitely not. I didn't tell this just to discourage you of not learning technical. Technical is very, very important. If you aspire to come all the way to come and work in Japan, technical and Japanese language is very, very important. Why I'm stressing on this point is like I did not study technical. Right from my college, I was more into Japanese language that I was not interested into technical. And even soon after college, I was working as a Japanese language trainer, and in Oracle also I was into finance and not into technical at all. So soon after coming here, I faced a lot of struggle initially studying technical as well as Japanese language. However, I have been studying in India as well as teaching, but the complete conversation and everything happened only after I came to Japan. So the struggle was real initially. So that is why I want everyone to give equal importance to technical as well as Japanese if you aspire a career here. Of course, in India, there are many non-technical technical jobs associated with Japanese. So if you are particular about coming to Japan, have an eye both on technical as well as Japanese language. And these are the tools and some softwares I'm working currently. Okay, next slide. Okay, actually I wanted to share many photographs, but due to time constraint, I'm sharing only this one picture, which is just behind my home called Kamo River. This is the most attractive place in Kyoto, I would say. It is just behind my home, and I would spend almost my early mornings and sometimes late evenings by the riverside. I stay here in Kyoto, one of the beautiful prefectures of Japan. Okay, next. So if you are really into the language learning, just don't learn the syllabus. Actually, learning a new language is like you are getting introduced to a complete different world. When I was studying Japanese language, I not only studied Japanese language, I focused on many other videos like culture, news, many things about Japan, and that triggered me the interest of learning the Japanese language. So these are the pages I have been following, like Japanese Pod 101. NHK app is a very, very useful app, I would say, both for listening, reading, and knowing more about Japan, everything. Nihongo no Mori is also another YouTube page where you can get many infos about grammar, conversations, everything. And Life in Japan is a YouTube page, Tamil YouTuber page, and he shares his experience in Japan, updates everything that happens in Japan as much as possible. So I would say if you are more into the language, you can follow all these pages. Okay. So I know after all this webinar session, there will be so many things running into your mind, and I hope you come up with the best decision ever. So winding it up with my favorite phrase, like if you want it, work for it. It's that simple. Thank you everyone for the opportunity given. Thank you, Sensei.
That's really amazing, Soumya. I'm the principal of KSRC. That's really amazing.
Oh,
really, I'm happy to see here. And as you said, probably our aspirants will think about it and they will dream about it. Thank you. Thank
Sure,
you, Kumar,
sir. I hope for the same.
making her give inputs to our people. That's really great. Happy about it. So
anyway, thank you so much for the opportunity in fine holiday. You are spending a lot of efforts to improve your students. Extracurricular activities there. I'm really happy about to associate to work with you, your team actually. Really thankful to you, sir, and Dr. Palaniappan as well, sir. Thank you so much.
Thanks very much, Mr. Kumar. Thanks to Palaniappan for making it happen, and Muthu Shankar. Now I hope there is no holiday as such because all day it's going like anything. Anyway, so thanks for joining us. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks, guys, and thanks to all faculty members and heads of the department for making your time useful. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.